Hello everyone, and welcome to my nerdy little corner of the internet. Today we are talking about all the white cards in the Brothers War and my ratings for them in Limited. While other content creators grade these cards with a letter grade, I prefer a more precise format. Each of the main colors are connected to 4 archetypes, one for each color pair the color is involved in. I'll be giving a score to each card from -1 to 3 for how each card fits into said archetype. This is also from the perspective of Limited and not constructed. Like I said, we're starting with white. White is connected to the following archetypes: white-blue soldier tribal, white-black reanimator, white-red go wide aggro, and white-green artifact fall. To help explain my grading, let's look at Aeronaut Cavalry, a 3/4 human soldier for 4 and a white with flying, and when it enters the battlefield, put a +1/+1 counter on another target soldier you control. This card is good in decks with other soldiers in them, but shouldn't be the primary reason to play white-blue, so I rate it a 2. While having a good enter the battlefield trigger, most of the reanimator spells want the cost to be 3 or less, so in the white-black it's a neutral 0. In white-red it is a high-powered flyer that pumps another creature, adding 4 power and 5 toughness to the battlefield, giving it a 2 in the white-red archetype. And finally, since there's no connection to any artifacts, I rate it as a 0 within the white-green archetype. Now, I'm not going to go this precise with every card, so I'm just going to be putting the numbers up onto the screen. If you want to keep up with that, then feel free to do so. Right, let's go. Airlift Chaplain is part of the cycle of commons that mill yourself for 3, and then allows you to return a card type from your hand that you milled. The failsafe of this is a +1/+1 counter, and it allows it to be a good body and with evasion. Ambush Paratrooper is a flying soldier that could ambush and kill an artifact soldier token. Later on, it can use your power stones to improve your board. Calamity's Wake is a silver bullet against the graveyard-based decks. It can also be used to avoid combat tricks from your opponent on your Alpha Strike. You'll be seeing a -1 here in the white-black archetype pairing. That's because this card actively hurts the white-black archetype, and that's why I have a -1 whenever we are grading. Deadly Riposte is a good removal spell, getting rid of an X3 and gaining life in order to stabilize against aggressive decks. Disenchantment is going to be incredible in this set, since there are almost 130 artifact cards in this set. Almost half of all the cards are artifacts, and this just removes it for 2 at instant speed. Great Desert Prospector is built for the white-green archetype. If you could play this on curve and make 2 or 3 power stones and manage to get triggers, this will be a very powerful play. In the Trenches is an Anthem card that when activated becomes an Oblivion Ring. Considering there is a small number of enchantment removal in this set, it's safe to assume that this will stay on the battlefield and keep its target out. Kayla's Command is a good modal spell. It can add to the board, make a threat for a turn, continue your curve, or fix your upcoming draws. This card will help stabilize when behind and help push when ahead. Kayla's Reconstruction is really good if you build around it. The 3 pips of white hurts me from a mana stance, but a 5 mana collected company that also hits artifacts isn't bad at all. Lay Down Arms is a limited Swords to Plowshares. Good removal if your deck is mostly plains. Lauren of the Third Path is just a disenchant with legs. Lauren, Disciple of History, is going to be fun when it works. They trigger on their own entry, so you're recurring an artifact, and extra legendaries increase the value of this card. Lauren's Escape is a protect spell. It will be my 22nd or 23rd card in the deck if I need to put something in. Mass Production adds a bunch of bodies to the field. It also triggers Artifact Fall 4 times. They are soldiers, so they're tribal, and it's going wide, which benefits the white-red deck. Meticulous Excavation is very strange. I think the idea is you unearth a creature and then you return it to your hand after combat. This is very strange, and I don't think it's going to see much play. Military Discipline is a combat trick that permanently adds an extra power to one of your creatures. Mural, Shield of Argive, is a bomb for the soldier deck. You have free reign on your turn, and whenever she attacks, you get a bunch of extra soldiers. Phalanx Vanguard is a really good bear with Vigilance. Add a number of artifact fall triggers, and it will become a true threat on its own. Power Stone Engineer is meant to be traded against the aggro decks, and it could be a secondary reanimation target if you run out of options. Prison Sentence is pacifism with Scry. Recommission is going to be an absolutely insane common. If you see it, grab it, because you will never see it again. It returns many of our value creatures and artifacts, and with a counter on it if it has a body. This is insane. Recruitment Officer is a nice 1-drop for the aggro decks, allowing a mana sink to find more threats. Repair and Recharge is here to return your big chunky artifacts and get you a nice little Power Stone as a bonus, a flagship uncommon for the white-black archetype. Siege Veteran is a very good card for the aggro decks and for the soldier decks, adding power every turn and allowing your non-token soldiers to swing without fear. Soul Partition is a bounce spell with attacks, pretty good against decks that cheat in those big artifacts. Stacknet is an Oblivion Ring that gains life and makes a Power Stone. It's removal with upside. Survivor of Corliss is a nice spell, but it needs some help in order to become incredible. It does hold artifact soldier tokens at bay, and then helps with future draws whenever it's in the graveyard. Thopter Architect is a below average card for the Artifact Fall deck. It's a 2/3 for 4, which is very disappointing, and it will only gain flying whenever an artifact's entered the battlefield. Tocasia's Welcome is going to be pretty good in pretty much every deck that white's involved, as most creatures in each archetype are 3 or cheaper, allowing white to get that card advantage. Union of the Third Path is that 23rd card you put in your deck when you just want to throw in a draw spell. Warlord's Elite is a reanimation target, as well as an amazing creature on curve for aggro decks. Yodi Medic is a good defender against aggro decks, but needs help from other cards to be good on the attack. Now, there are other cards that have costs that have white in them, but they are considered colorless artifacts until cast for their prototype. So I'm going to have them in my artifacts video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like this format, let me know. This will be the format for every video for the Brothers War. And I hope to see you soon. Goodbye.